One afternoon, I was just sitting in the garden, scrolling on my phone, when my tiny mouse friend, Mimi, scampered up onto my shoulder. She peeked at the screen and squeaked. "You've been watching gardening videos for days. Why don't you actually try it for real?" I looked around at the empty patch of dirt in my yard and smiled. "You know what, Mimi? You're right. Let's do it. Let's grow something amazing." That very evening, we headed to the market. I thought it might be boring, but it was actually so much fun. There were rows and rows of colorful seed packets, big bags of soil, shiny new tools, and fresh fruits everywhere. It was a feast for the eyes. I carefully picked out seeds for watermelon, apple, and mango. Mimi inspected each packet like a tiny, serious boss. "These are long-term seeds," she said, her little whiskers twitching. "That means no giving up. Back home." I decided to do this properly. I wasn't just going to throw seeds in the ground and hope for the best. I drew out a plan, marking specific spots for each plant. I learned how to prepare the soil, making it nice and welcoming for the seeds. I even made a little schedule for watering and care. Mimi got in on the action too, drawing these hilarious little signs for the plants. On one, she wrote "Watermelon Zone, no trespassing," and on another, "Future apple tree, reserved for Mimi's climbing practice." I had to laugh. From that day forward, gardening became a part of my daily routine. It was the first thing I did in the morning and the last thing I did in the evening. Every single morning before school, I'd go out to check the soil to see if it was too dry or too wet. Every evening after my homework, I'd water the plants gently. And Mimi, my little supervisor, followed me everywhere. She'd stand on a nearby rock, offering her expert commentary. "A little too much water over there," or "This one needs more. It looks thirsty." Sometimes she'd just stare at a leaf and say, "HMM, this leaf looks a bit sleepy today." Weeks started to blend into each other. Then, one morning, I saw it. Tiny green shoots were pushing their way up through the soil. It was the most exciting thing I'd seen all month. Soon, those shoots turned into leaves, and then the leaves turned into vines. The watermelon plant was especially ambitious. It started spreading out everywhere, like it owned the whole garden. One day, a vine literally wrapped around Mimi's tail. "Hey, control your plant," she shouted. Trying to wiggle free, it was hilarious. After about a month, the apple and mango plants were still pretty small, just little saplings, but they looked strong and healthy. I made a habit of talking to them every day. I know it sounds a little silly, but I'd tell them, "You're going to be big, magnificent trees one day." I just know it. Mimi would sit on a branch and nod in agreement. "And I'll be the first one to climb you," she declared proudly. Time just kept moving. After 3 months, the garden looked completely different. It was alive. It was buzzing with energy. The watermelon vines had these beautiful yellow flowers blooming on them, the apple and mango. Plants had grown taller than my knees, their leaves rustling in the breeze. Through all this, I never stopped. I visited the garden every single day, without fail. Even on days when I was super tired from school. Even when it rained, I'd go out with my umbrella. Mina would find a big leaf to sit under, using it as her own tiny, personal umbrella. And then, after 6 long months of waiting, something truly amazing happened. I went out one morning, and there they were. The watermelon plant had given us these big, green, shiny watermelons. They were huge. The little apple tree had real, red apples hanging from its branches, and the mango tree, which I thought would take forever, finally showed off its first small, golden mangoes. I just stood there, staring in disbelief. "We did this," I whispered to myself. Mimi, who was just as excited, did a little victory dance and jumped on top of one of the giant watermelons. "I told you," she squeaked. "I told you not to give up. Harvest time was the best part of the whole journey. We were so careful, picking every single fruit as if it were a precious gem. We carried our bounty into the kitchen, our arms full. This time, we didn't just make one dish like we usually did. We decided to celebrate each fruit separately. First, we made a fresh, sweet watermelon juice. Mimi tried to help stir and ended up spilling a little pink puddle on the counter. We didn't care. Next up, apple pancakes, fluffy, warm, and smelling of cinnamon. And finally, for dessert, a vibrant mango pudding, so sweet and colorful. By the end of it, the kitchen was a complete mess. There was flour on the floor, juice stains on the counter, and a little smudge of mango right on Mimi's nose. We couldn't stop laughing. It was the best kind of mess. When we finally sat down at the table to eat, I looked at all the food we had made. This isn't just food, I said, feeling this incredible sense of pride. This is 6 months of patience. It's all those early mornings and rainy evenings. Mimi raised her tiny cup of juice in a toast. To daily watering, muddy shoes, and never, ever quitting. Now, gardening isn't just a hobby for me anymore. It's become a part of my life. Every day, I still go out to the garden. Every day, Mimi still follows me, ready with her advice. And every day, I'm reminded that the best things in life don't grow fast. They take time, they take patience, but they grow strong and they are so worth the wait. And looking at my little garden, I know this is just the beginning of our adventures. Thanks for watching our story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and subscribe for more adventures from me and Mimi. See you next time!